Nĩ mwĩhoko wakwa nĩ watindia wega na maya nĩ marĩa tũkũharĩrĩirie hwainĩ wa ũmũthĩ. Niĩ marĩtwa makwa njĩtagwo Mwaniki coordinator. CS wa ũgitĩri wa thĩinĩ Fred Matiang'i rĩu nĩ orĩtie ma MCA othe a Nairobi gũcokia mĩcinga ĩrĩa mangĩkorwo menayo. Ũũ nĩ thutha wa ngucanio ĩrĩa ĩkoretwo kuo thĩinĩ wa nyũmba ya icirĩro ya bunge ya Nairobi. Ningĩ oho CS nĩ araugire maborithi arĩa mahũrire Patricia Mutheu ariwe MCA wa Mlango Kubwa nĩ makuoerwo ikinya rĩa kĩwatho.
I want to ask our police officers across the country, let us do our work. It can be painful and sometimes frustrating, but let us live within the service standing orders. It's painful to see a member of the public, regardless of their status, being beaten by a police officer in uniform. It is very painful. It's something we should not have in our country. Because these things, you know, the things that happen in societies that are less developed than ours. I mean, we may not have developed materially, but I think culturally as a people, we are better than this as a country, and then we are better as human beings. And then there are certain things we can do differently. And then we've discussed these issues. IG, my sister, the chair of IPOA. I mean, I will not shirk or hide from responsibility. You know, some of these things, we have to be very sincere about them. It is not right and it is not fair that we subject members of the public or people we are supposed to lead to that kind of treatment. I know, you know, it can be frustrating and sometimes it can be very painful. But we shouldn't get there. And I'm grateful to the Inspector General because of the decisions you have taken. Ever in the recent times.
Court TV News, Uriawatida.
Uria wari Vice President Musalia Mudavadi oho nowe murugamiriri munene wa kiama kia ANC ni ugite ihinda ni ikinyu ria kwihariria gukanahũranĩra gĩtĩ kia president mwaka-inĩ wa 2022. Secretary General wa kiama kia ANC Barak Muraka ni ekirite uhoro uyu mukonde na akauga ni meharĩrĩirie na no marathie na mbere kwihariria ni undu wa ithurano nene.
Most critical resolutions of this meeting was the endorsement of His Excellency Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi as ANC's presidential flag bearer for the year 2022. It is now therefore official that the highest organ of the party that makes a decision of this kind, the National Governing Council, has now endorsed and given His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi the mandate to go out there whenever it is that the elections will be, to begin soliciting for votes and for support from Kenyans as he leads the party towards the year 2022 as the presidential flag bearer. Therefore, there will be no other contenders for the ANC presidential party ticket.
That strategic positioning of ANC party requires the party leader to seek, identify and reach out to political partners. And NEC, having so considered and resolved to empower the party leader, working with NEC to seek, consider, negotiate and enter and or leave any coalitions, alliances and cooperations with other parties willing to work with ANC both ahead of or after the 2022 general election. The resolution by NEC be and is hereby ratified by this NGC.
Court TV News, Uriawatida.
Mamilioni ma Akenya riu matirahota kuigerera irio metha-ini o ni undu wa king'uki kiria giukite kuhatiriria andu gia corona thiini wa Afrika. Kenya ni umwe wa mabũrũri maria marenda uteithio wa naihenya, ona gukiri uguo gukiri na mabũrũri mangi marenda uteithio uyu ta Somalia, Ethiopia na South Sudan. Riboti ino ikiritwo mukonde ni ruhonge rwa uthuthuria rwa UK Aid Research Farm Development Institute, na makauga ati Kenya Kenya andu aria marahitaji uteithio ni 3.6 million.
In the heart of this Nairobi slum, families are struggling with the effects of the COVID-19 lockdown.
Before COVID-19 hit our country, my husband and I were both employed. He worked as a welder while I was employed as a cook at a local school. But because of the pandemic, both our workplaces were closed. This left us without any source of income.
Even before the lockdown and the job loss, Joyce and her husband Boniface had a tough time providing for their children.
As a mother, there are times that I would get very worried because I did not have any food at all in the house to give to the children. But I never lost hope. I kept praying to God each day that He would provide for us.
Right before the pandemic hit, Operation Blessing gave Joyce and many other families supplies to start their own sack gardens. The gardens have been a lifeline to Joyce and her neighbors as they've harvested vegetables for their families.
The sack garden started thriving just as COVID-19 hit our country. We believe that it was God at work. He made the garden thrive just when we needed it most.
Because of Operation Blessing partners, Joyce and her family have a source of food during this worldwide crisis.
Thank you so much, Operation Blessing, for this sack garden. You came just at the right time. I don't know what I would have done without this garden. God bless you so much.
Court TV News uria gwatira.
Muteti wegatu wa Bungoma uria warugamite giti kia ubunge mwaka wa 2017 riu ni akuite. O ni kugerera icera riria erega guku mucie wa Nairobi. Edward Nabangi arakuire akirigitirwo thibitari-ini wa Life Care Hospital. Murugamiriri wa ugima wa mwiri thiini wa county ya Bungoma niwe Anthony Walela augite muteti ucio arakuire thutha wa kurwara ndwari ya corona.
Court TV News uria gwatira.
Macio ni maria tugukuhaririirie muthenya wa umuthi. Giana utuko mwega. Nie maritwa makwa njitagwo Mwaniki coordinator. Thie na mbere na kwirorera Court TV.
Niguo kwaraniria na ithui tuhurire thimu namba 0726990749 niyo kibugo 726 kenda kibugo 749.